Good Wednesday morning. This is 106.1 KYVZ. Joe Vazurek visiting with Ag meteorologist Chris Schromick at Decision Weather and Atwood, as well as America's Weather streaming channel. Chris, we had some rain, we had some snow, and we had a whole lot of wind yesterday.
Yeah, Joe, we're kicking off astronomical spring with a bang here. That's our first spring storm system, and it had just about everything in form of severe weather that could impact the plain states. That low pretty much tracked through the Texas and Oklahoma Panhandle region through central Kansas, where it left a dry slot, but it really wrapped up a lot and produced lots of wind out ahead of it and on the backside. We saw wind gusts upwards to 75 miles per hour out along the Kansas-Colorado border. Just to the south of Goodland, you got 90 to 80 mile an hour winds down there in southwest Kansas along highways 50 and in that Garden City area. And we saw damage down there with blowing dust, things getting knocked over. Power outages in Phillips, Norton counties down there in southwest Kansas, all with the wind-related event. As far as snowfall went, it mostly stayed as rain versus the snow, but we did have some snow in northwest Kansas and northeast Kansas on the back sides and the front sides when those temperatures in the overnight hours, early morning, were just at or slightly below freezing. Didn't seem very much accumulation because of the warm ground temperatures and all the wind, but we did have visibility and travel issues pretty much throughout that period of time that the blizzard warning and winter advisory was in place. Final moisture totals are ranging anywhere from around 30 points, 3,500s to 40 points along Highway 25. You start going west to the state line and northwest to the Three Corners area, could have seen up to 1.25 inches. You started working your way east along 36, 24, and I-70, and you saw amounts varying much lighter of anywhere a tenth, 20 points, in most locations just a few hundreds. You get to the northeast side of the state, kind of the opposite, snow and rain, not maybe as much wind on the backside or the front side, but they were in high wind watches and warnings as well. And they saw 3/4 to 1 inch of precipitation to the north and east of Kansas City and north of Topeka. You get down into southeastern Kansas, and that's where they saw 1.5 to 2.5 inch amounts. And all those areas are in abnormally dry or moderate drought. So that was good. The moisture, the wind, and the snow we could do without. So looking ahead for today, that system's now in the upper Midwest. We'll see high pressure moving in for 2 days. We'll go clearing skies. Winds diminish, turn to the northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Highs in the middle 40s today, middle 50s tomorrow. Those winds will turn to the southeast at 10 to 20, and clouds will be on the increase. That's ahead of a low pressure that looks like it's going to track right down I-70 on Friday. That'll keep the snow north of the Kansas-Nebraska line, and you get up along I-70. It could be heavier snows, and travel conditions could get treacherous along I-80 to Omaha and Cornhusker Highway 34 to Lincoln if this system pans out with that current track. Here over northwest Kansas and the tri-state region, we'll see cloudy skies, colder temperatures. We'll go in the upper 30s, low 40s, and that'll put our lows the next 3 nights staying in the 20s. They'll be in the middle 20s tonight, upper 20s tomorrow, then lower 20s for Friday night. Then when we get to the weekend and the first half of next week, high pressure moves in, it returns to spring. We'll see temperatures climb up there to 55 on Saturday, 65 on Sunday, into the 70s for Monday, Tuesday. That's ahead of the next 2 systems that come Wednesday and Friday. First one looks like it could have scattered lighter rain chances. The next one at the end of the week could have another round of wintry weather and a bigger storm. Talking about an active weather pattern here to start off the spring in March, and that has to do with the polar vortex warming and breaking up some, and that causes a wavier jet stream out to the west, and that stratospheric warming looks like it'll continue at least through the 20th with an active pattern, maybe another ridge of dryness there the 21st through the 25th, and maybe ending the month with another storm system that could still be spring-like with winter precipitation and rainfall.
All right. Once again, that's Ag meteorologist Chris Schromick at Decision Weather and Atwood, as well as America's Weather streaming channel. For KYVZ Radio, I'm Joe Vazurek.